Cool. The way that I see that working out is to basically create another set built in a different manner than the one that we usually do. That will probably be a more of a special tour. It would probably be smaller places. It would probably be a little bit more for people who specifically like that stuff. We have done, over the years, we've done acoustic shows, but most of the acoustic shows that we did for a while, let's just say that they were made for political reasons, in order to placate partnerships. I'm not super fond of them. If we were ever to arrange a set, we would do like more of a classic sort of unplugged. We did one in Mexico many years ago. That was fantastic. Many bands have done that, but it's still a show. Very well developed, I'd say. Touring in France, of course, it's always been very pleasurable. There's a kinship between us and the French crowd. The combination of things that we do, bloody serious stuff, to satire and almost chapeau-claque sort of humor, works really well with part of the French people. We also like being fed here. That helps to spend weeks and weeks on tour in France, because it's very good food and very good venues as well. If you're a band that can draw 1,000 people, even smaller, there are so many good venues to play in France. That is, it's really pleasurable. Can you hear me well? Cool. When you've written one hit, it doesn't get easier. Once you're done with one, you have to write another that is supposed to be different. Then it's even harder, and you have the sharks underneath you. You want to entertain people. You want people to be happy. Almost every time when you write a new song, it feels like virgin territory again. You're like, oh, how do I do this? Like, you feel better all of a sudden because you think it's good, and then you go back and start doubting, and sooner or later you just have to sort of, now it's done. It's an album. Hopefully people will like it. We've been able to deliver every time something that people feel is a new thing, that I feel is a new thing, that is not a repetition of what I just did. So, I remember the show very fairly well, since that has been a goal, a dream for a long time. Bercy is obviously an old place that I've seen on so many tour shirts, and it's one of those arenas that you know of. All of my heroes have played there, and I've been to concerts there before I was playing as well. And throughout our French or Parisian career, it has always been one of those where, that we're working towards. But as we were sort of swallowing through the myriad of venues, and we hit Le Zénith, all of a sudden it's like the next thing is like the almighty Bercy. So of course when you're stepping into the arena in the morning and you're just like, we're here. Hopefully there will be someone else here as well. But it turned out right. It turned out all right. When the project Ghost was launched on MySpace that day in March 2010, there were 20 people that knew about Ghost, and in a few days there were thousands. And Ghost went from a well-formulated idea to a hype, of course, but also something that meant something for others. I have never been able to reach out or accomplish anything that fast. That was the biggest jump that made the biggest impact. If you imagine a big glass window, that was the rock that hit, that created the crack that finally cracked up the whole window. We're here. Cool. I buy a guitar on tour. I played on that specific guitar, so I sort of heard that riff And I was like, that sounds like Maiden. We can't do that. And this is basically how my inner conversation goes. It's like, if I half speed it, it does not sound as much as Maiden. That might be a theme, but then I have to come up with a verse. Nothing comes. Fuck, I have nothing. When I had recorded it, the label was really pushing me. It was like, we think that this instrumental song, you should rework that. I said, no. Yeah, just because we played in front of big crowds like that, it's hard to tell, obviously, how many new people. But I'm hoping, and I'm assuming, just looking at the math, obviously there must be a lot of people that have never seen us headlining, which is, you know, exactly what you want. If you go out and you have to win people over, that makes you a little bit extra poised. I'm not saying that if you play in front of 500 people who've seen you 10 times, it means less. But I'm saying that when you're playing in front of people who have been invested, they're doing a little bit of a leap of faith into coming to a show, especially nowadays when tickets are very expensive. It sure as shit makes me extra motivated to go out and play as if all of these people have never heard anything before. They're seeing this for the first time, and so that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. I'm gonna say that Bercy, from at least the exterior, is a very cool, futuristic. Still to this day, it feels futuristic, even though it was built in 84, and it feels very 1984. It feels very what we still refer to as futuristic, like space-like. But the one show that really stood out was Stade de France. It really felt like this is the best you can get. I wouldn't say it was full, but it was really close to. And the response was, I felt almost like we were, you know, part of the real show here, and that was amazing. Felt like, as I said, like an extension of all the work that we've done, which was a great feeling.